Whoops. Let me turn this camera around. Sorry, everybody. Nobody was backstage yet, so I went ahead and came out. Let me turn this around. Oh, Jesus. I was doing something last time on here and had it off my face. And I could do that tonight. But for what y'all are paying, I guess you expect to see me, huh? All these options it's added into the camera I don't like. All right, let's see who's here, and I'll watch to see who shows up. Can y'all hear me okay? See me okay? You shouldn't be able to see me very well, hopefully. Let's see. Dennis is here, first one in. Hey, Dennis. Jenny Lynn's here. Everybody stuck at home due to the snow, so you're baking cookies. I'll have two if they're non-diabetic. Hey, Paul. Paul, you need to get some sleep tonight. Get down, puppies. Get down. Lucky Stone, I'm really enjoying your series and walking in the snow and your affirmations. I don't always comment. In fact, I rarely do, but I always give you a like. So really enjoying that, appreciating it. Darlene, you're in the bushes. Okay, I'm not going to touch that, Darlene. Where's Mr. Darlene? Just asking for a friend. Coro, Bob's, and who? The genie. Is that stuff that Ethan told me about? GoFundMe for Saints Dust. Guys, if you haven't taken a look at that and read it, please do and share it if you can't do anything. But everything you can do is helpful, and they really need our help right now. So make sure you do check it out, please. Andy Carson, welcome. Audio and video is good. Wait, somebody's backstage. It's the Susie Q.
Hey!
Hey. I went ahead and left you in the dust, Susie, because I wanted to get in there at 8:05. It's 8:07 now.
Good for you. I was wondering who you were talking to. I'm in the back room. I'm like, who's he talking to? I don't see anybody. And then I looked this up with live, so I had to figure, make sure I was fully dressed. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm getting a distraction right now. Hey, girl.
How's Floyd?
Floyd is fine. That happens like once a month. He'll get over there where he shouldn't be. He's got stuff that he sits on, and if he messes and all that, and he gets over on the edge of the door sometimes. I don't know why. And when I close it, I don't notice that he's swung out with the door.
Yeah.
And it'll grab one of his long, the middle finger, the middle toe.
I'd be so scared if that was Sophie. I don't know why.
Well, he just screams. That's all he does. And I open it up. I bet he could probably even pull it. It's just a skinny little toe. And it's got that big hawk nail on it.
Sophie screams at the top of her lung every night.
Oh, my God.
Right around dusk. I think she's trying to call the rest of her flock from miles away.
Maybe.
But it's the most annoying sound and frustrating sound. It's like, please stop. Please stop.
No. He does it sometimes, and I'll talk to him. I'll say, now people say that's the reason they don't want a big bird. You're just proving them to be right. He's not bad about it. He's never, ever, not one day woke me up in the morning. He sleeps till I get up, so thank God he does that.
Yeah, Sophie does too. She'll sleep until she hears movement or hears John Baggett coughing, and then she starts talking to her because she knows he'll come out and give her like a handful of pistachios instead of her healthy breakfast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I said good morning. I think I said hello to everybody. Mark Sterlson came in, I think. And that's it. Sophie has Sundowner.
Yes, Sammy, yes. Oh, did you go sideways?
Yeah.
Is it just us tonight? Ooh, nice.
Well, Pam said some stuff in the chat, which I couldn't really read because I was modding. I could, but I figured she was saying she couldn't come, so that's probably what that was. And Skipper said he was going to try to make it. Didn't hear from Ed. So I thought about canceling if you weren't going, but then you finally unblocked me so I could see your link.
Did he block you for real?
I don't know. I couldn't find your link. That's why I messaged you.
That's so funny. Just so that he could be first in chat.
I don't know. Sam, does Sam have those superpowers? Is he like
I don't think anybody has superpowers. I don't even have superpowers.
You can make somebody, like a managing, no, go on, managing moderator. He is on mine.
Really?
Yeah. And he
What
was
does that mean?
they can do some extra things so that you don't have to do them, or that, that you delegate things to them to do. It's not handling money. Don't let him handle any money. But but they can just do some other duties, that not everybody can do.
I think the only thing I have in my setup is for John at KG Tropicals to look at my stats. Because there's a time about 4 years ago that he was helping a whole bunch of us.
Yeah.
He had these weekly meetings, and so I never took him out. Not that I think he would ever go in there and look, because who cares?
He's probably not that bored. You're right. But
no. He's got a whole life. He's got a whole life.
He's got a whole life and a beautiful partner and wife.
Yes. Who did a live stream tonight, and I missed it.
Oh, no.
It was Roots and Whiskers live stream.
Oh,
I've never seen that before. And I'm like, how did I not get a notification?
Yeah. I was hoping Lisa would be able to come on, hey, Long Family, to Tennessee Fish Mafia. And she said yes, but it's been a while. And I asked,
got to hit her up again now that the baby's born and she's back home. And
they moved. Well, they moved and a whole bunch of stuff since then. So I don't like to dog people except Sam. But
I'll send her a message and reminder.
Yeah, just see if she would be
interested in. She's one of my favorite fish people to talk to.
Right, and I wanted to talk up the animal rescue stuff too, since we have that in common. We all have that in common. So
yes.
So anyway, but maybe she's settled enough. I just, when she started moving and all that, I'm like, she ain't got no time to come on here. So, but we were supposed to talk about, and we don't have to, but I was hoping to learn something, because I usually do when we have these kind of discussions about inclement weather preparations. And I have like a routine and things that I, get my ducks in a row. Like this week, it is going to be 5 one morning and 11 one morning.
Wow.
And 9 another morning. It's that Arctic blast, they say. But we haven't seen that kind of weather since 2011.
Okay.
So it got down in the single digits, and we did have 11.
Not that bad.
No, but we rarely get a freeze here. Rarely.
So do you use those, they have them in ambulances, those super thin, but they're like tinfoil blankets?
I have some of those.
And those are amazing to put behind your tank.
Yes.
Just let it hang over. It'll retain so much heat.
And some of the shippers, people that ship, I buy too many things. We all know that. But I have a bunch of those that I've saved from this past year and before. Okay. But I also use regular blankets, thick blankets. And that's, when I didn't have enough of that stuff. Now that I'm down to 22 tanks from 84, I've got plenty. But yes, I use those and keep them wrapped, leave them alone. Every time you open them, it's like opening the door or something.
Right.
What else do you do?
Aside from that,
say electric.
Well, normally I have heat. It's only when I lose heat.
Is your heat electric or oil?
We have gas heat, but I haven't had heat in 2 weeks. It's broken.
Oh, crap.
So we've been in like the 50s, and it's been okay. But now it's plummeting, and he just keeps climbing up into the attic and doing stuff and trying to bypass this and do that, and it gets it running again. And then 2 days later, it's down again, and then it's up again. And so it's touch and go. We got a motherboard off of eBay. The motherboard was like $150. Normally, they're like $900. So we got very lucky that worked. But then something happened with some globe. I don't know what. He started talking. I don't know. Something else happened that's not like we really need a new heater, but we're just not in a position to get one at this moment.
Do you have any electric heaters, like space heaters?
I do, but they just keep flipping off the switches because of so many fish tanks and so many.
Oh yeah.
I can't really plug in heat.
Right.
I can plug in lights, but I can't really plug in heats.
I have a switch that blows every winter. It blows, and it's just the igniter switch. I know what it is.
Oh, right.
Replace it, but I thought I'm just not going to do it. Who knew it was going to do this? So I haven't had heat for 2 months, but it's been being in the 50s and 60s, almost 70 some days. At night you're in bed, so.
Wow.
But and the tanks have heat, and the reptiles have their heat mats and stuff. But so I've been doing space heaters, 2 good sized ones, and then I bought a small one, and then I bought another small one when
from my OSHA work, I know you're not supposed to plug in heaters into anything but their actual receptacle.
Right.
Like, don't put it in a jump thing,
You're right.
So I don't have any of those. They're all filled.
Right.
Every one of them is powering like 12 other things. So it's very frustrating. I'm like, because I want to put the space heater into my reptile room.
The dogs act like it's cold in here, and it's 75.
They love the heat.
They get in front of the heaters, and I have a fireplace, but I haven't turned it on in over 10 years. But it's gas. It's natural gas.
Okay.
My stove is electric, but I don't hardly ever use that. I wish it was gas.
Yeah, I have a gas stove, which is very helpful. So even if it goes out, we got.
Right.
I have the Coleman gas propane light if we need that.
Yeah.
I just don't trust that around the dogs because they're crazy. But I do have, in case of power outage, that's a whole different bucket that I pull out. And that has those battery operated air sponges, and each one can probably run 3 tanks because that way. But now that I have all these natural tanks, I'm not going to worry too much about them if they don't have the air. But all these other ones that don't have a deep substrate, don't have a lot of plants, they have to have air going in. They have to have movement.
Sam is saying, yeah, I do have a couple of those, but what I've done, I've only had to do it once, is I just have a big gulp glass, but it's not one of those, but it won't bend or break or collapse. And I just go around and uncover each tank for just a couple of minutes and dip the water and pour it, make it, hold it up high and make it bubble.
Okay, yeah.
And so it gives it like a burst of oxygenation. And so I had to do that with one of my saltwater tanks a couple years ago on a live stream, and I noticed my big yellow wrasse, I love yellow wrasses, was laying on its side. And then I noticed that the pump was off, that the filter was off and all that.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So I just started doing that, and he was fine. He lived another year after that. Sam's saying something about turn off the chat participants mode, blocked words, and holding potential inappropriates for review.
What does that mean?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. You give somebody a little power. No, I guess he's saying, can he do that? Yeah, go for it. That's why I click that button for you so you can do it. Ooh, G-Bear's supposed to be to 12. Bob, your court order to have an electric stove. I do have an electric stove, yeah. Oh, so I can't use gas?
Hold on, Bob.
We're here. The reason I don't use my fireplace is because I don't trust the igniter on it.
I have a Striata Botia Loach.
Yeah.
And his nose is red. I've had this. He's like 6 years old. I've never seen this before. I can't think of anything in here that would bother this loach. We've got white cloud mountain minnows, couple guppies, and coolie loaches. Nothing that would. I mean, his nose part is red.
Huh.
He's not maybe he got his barbel caught on something? They have barbels, right?
I think so. I think loaches all do. I think you're right, because they're catfish.
He lives underneath my sponge filter. but now he's out swimming and I see it, and it's very unusual looking. I've never ever seen that before. And he's got it. He's probably one of my oldest fish. I hope nothing's wrong with him.
I don't know how long those guys live.
There's another name for it. I think it's like Kubutai loach. Kubutai loach, striata, botia loach.
Yeah, the Latin name.
And he is, I guess, 6 years old.
I would think that's probably a good age for them, but I don't know.
Let's see.
Well, Sam, if you're not going to do any of that stuff, let me know, and I'll give it to somebody else that could use the differential, because it pays quite a bit more.
What pays more?
Being a managing mod.
Here it is. It's it's an Indian loach.
Indian, yeah.
Kubutai. Yep, I had that right. Let's see if it's got a longevity. Of course, they don't say longevity. Huh. If anybody in the chat knows the striata loach, the botia loach or Kubutai loach, maybe I should put that in my actual search. Botia loach.
Longevity. I don't think I've ever had one of those. Damn it. Sorry. I'm throwing stuff off, trying to get myself a little more light going here. It's not working.
It's so much nicer, I think, than the yo-yo loach.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is I always get, but the last ones I had to divide them up in 3 tanks.
What do you call the age length, age range, lifespan? I couldn't think of that word. Oh, I hope it's not his end of life.
No reason to play with the settings. Well, if you can't take the heart out, that's one of the reasons I did it, because I know you hate those hearts. He's after your heart too, Susie.
Who?
Sam, he said in your chat, get rid of that heart. The little heart that sits down in the corner.
I have a heart?
Yeah, there should be one in this one.
I don't see a heart.
No, I don't see it in here. But there's a little red heart that sits down in the right hand.
Oh, it says 5 to 8 years.
So it may be aging out.
Maybe. I mean, and he is starting to fade a little bit. His colors are starting to fade. Dang, that's a shame. You know how when you have fish from the very first fish you got? Now, I know they're different now, but the yellow labs, the ones that keep having babies in my Mbuna tank, they were one of my first fish also. And my one pleco that I got, my only pleco I ever bought, not knowing the difference between a pleco and like the common pleco and the bristle nose.
Yeah, big difference, right?
Yeah, huge.
Big.
It is huge.
Somebody had those. Oh, it was the place that I go get my mice and stuff. Sometimes I buy fish there, but I'm trying not to buy any fish now. But and I buy snakes there. But he had some large common plecos, and I'm like, what are you going to do with those? I'm going to sell them to people. Okay.
Oh, wow. Why?
They were like 9 or 10 inches already, but that's just a good start.
Yeah. I now have like 5 because they've been rehomed to me.
Yeah.
Because I have a 120, I got a 180. I got some other larger tanks at another 120. So people find that out and they're like, oh, well, I have this pleco that is outgrown. I'm like, yeah, okay. As long as I only have 1 in a tank. It's almost like he ate bloodworms. That's how red it is.
Huh.
I hope he's okay. Anyway, I got to stop looking at him.
Do you feed any food other than that that's red?
This discus food they got Cyclops, spirulina, and krill. Oh, maybe the krill.
I
Maybe
guess they could.
is krill kind of reddish? I think this food is orangey.
Um, if it's natural, it's not. I don't think.
Oh no, it's as brown can be.
I feed some frozen krill, and it's just grayish.
No,
Sam,
it's brown.
Sam put a link in there. He already sent me one before, step by step, how to take the heart away.
I don't know what the heart is.
I looked at it before, Sam, and I decided it was too complicated. Hey, Floyd, where you been?
Aw.
How's
Oh,
your
Floyd got a
toe?
boo boo? Did Floyd get a boo boo?
How's your toe, baby? I hope that was a seed hull. It was. Somebody called me, one of the volunteers at the Ark, called and said she saw a recall on some parrot food. Did you see anything about that?
No, I only get mine from the Bird Exotic store. They have their own formula, and Sophie's had that for 5 years and loves it. I get her the number 7, which is a mixture of like 12 different, because I used to work there, 12 different foods all mixed up, and they have them specific for this kind of parrot, this kind of this size, this one, the seeds. They try to stay away from seeds and nuts because they're more like treats. And Sophie loves it.
Did you hear that? Yeah, I mix his too, but he eats a lot of table food. Things that are not real bad, but he loves rice.
Scrambled eggs. Sophie loves eggs.
He loves cheese.
And chicken wings. My Sophie loves chicken wings. Hey, Skipper.
Hey, there's the Skipper.
Hello.
Yeah, he loves chicken. Like if I eat the stir-fried chicken fried rice
Yeah.
in the microwave, he loves the chunks of chicken and he loves the rice. But he just eats sunflower seeds, basically. And every now and then for a treat, I'll give him a little handful of rat food because it has a lot of sunflower seeds and who knows what in it, but he likes that. But yeah, sometimes I do little videos of he and I sitting and talking, and I'll share food with him.
Hey, Skipper, have you ever had the striata botea loach? Otherwise known as a Kubitai loach? No? It's like a yo-yo loach, but it's just striped.
I've looked at them. I thought about getting them until I was told they're a little aggressive.
Oh, I see. I think that about the yo-yo loach. That's so funny, but this is the only one I've ever had. And so he's a sweetheart. He never bothers anybody, and nobody's ever bothered him. But I think he's dying. Like I think he's like 6 years old. I don't know. I think they live. We just looked up 5 to 8 years, but his mouth is all red, and he's not a red fish.
Are you a baby?
And I'm worried about it.
Can you show him on camera?
I don't think so. Maybe. Got to wait for him to come out.
We can do maybe a clip of it and put it out there in the universe.
Is he there?
Hey, Pam.
No, I'll just tell you when he comes out. I'll grab the camera. I'll put it on here.
Oh yeah, no, I never had one of those. I've looked at them before. Yeah.
They're supposed to be really cool loaches. I've never had one either.
See, he's right underneath. You see his tail. He's right underneath that sponge filter where he lives.
Yeah.
I'll keep it here. He'll come out in the sunlight at some point.
Huh.
I'll just keep it on him too, see if he comes out.
I've never seen anything like it. Like,
your plants are doing well, it looks like.
aren't they? Oh my gosh! And the red ones are popping red. I've never had red. Let me look. Watch. I've never had red plants do so well. Of course. Oh my God! Isn't that funny?
Nighttime, and the loads are starting to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Dancing.
There he is. Maybe he'll turn towards the light.
Go toward the light.
Don't go toward the light. No. Come on out.
That almost looks like a zebra loach.
Almost, yeah.
Now I have had zebra loaches, and I've never seen what you're talking about around its mouth.
I've never ever seen that.
Do you have a heater in that tank?
It is. No, I do not.
Well, there goes that idea. Because I've seen fish get burnt from the heaters from like sometimes your plecos will do that.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll just lay on it.
Oh wow.
And them heaters actually get pretty stinking warm.
Yeah. Now this is a natural aquarium, so there's no heaters. I do have 2 sponge filters, but I love sponge filters, and I probably will always have a sponge filter in my tank.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll come out. I see that the endlers had fried. I see about 20 or 30 of them swimming around. There he goes. Come on.
Do the loaches eat those?
Not that I've noticed. I wouldn't actually see that part.
Guarantee you don't have a snail problem in it.
No. And I had a lot of snails I put in here in the beginning.
I need to find some little snails in one of these tanks. I see some over there in the inler tank, and put back in my beta bowls now that I've restocked them all. They always leave something in there, and I need a cleanup crew in each bowl.
If you would just come out 1 inch, you'd be in the light.
Yeah, I started to go off of it, but there's no reason to. No real reason to. People know who we are, what we look like.
I can't believe how cold this weather is.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
It's going to be 5 here Wednesday morning.
Not my favorite at all.
We're not going to hit single digits, but it's going to be rather close.
I learned early on running the shelter that you need to remind people about the weather, and because we're going to have snow tomorrow, 80% chance of snow. So yeah, so make sure your car can get out the driveway. Make sure, don't be calling me and saying I've got a dead battery, because I've got my own 4 days to be there this week, you know. Told everybody to get a contingency plan.
He's just stubborn little guy. He won't come out. Come on, man.
Can he see the camera?
It's a webcam, probably not. I don't know. He's pretty smart.
Yeah. I think all catfish are smart. Well,
I see some white cloud mountain minnows carrying some eggs.
let me know if he comes out, and I'll push the button real quick. Floyd, did you come here to go to sleep? It looks like it. I guess. He's got his back turned on us and everything. Hey, Night Owl.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
There he is. Don't be rude.
Oh,
He was
my
sitting.
God. Sophie went after John Bag and bit him.
What for?
Because he told her, no, I'm not getting you pistachios right now.
Oh.
And he was like so mad at the bird. I was like, oh boy. She is just like throws little tantrums when she wants to.
He says no now. I don't know how he learned that. And when he means no, he put that together. I mean, they're supposed to be able to know what they're saying, but
they do.
And I told him something earlier. I told him to move, because he knows come here and move and simple commands, and probably more complex than I realized. But I told him to move. I was cleaning under his perch in the bathroom, and he said no, as plain as day. I'm like, you out.
Sophie does that when the dogs start barking. She goes, stop. Like, and it's my voice that she's using. Sometimes she's starting to freak me out, like, because I hear me coming out of her cage. I'm like,
yeah.
She used to sound like a squawky bird, like, hello. And now it's my voice saying, hi, Sophie. I'm like, what? What?
That is weird. I'm trying to teach him to say baby because when I tell him he's a baby, he
Aw.
really listens. He's a baby. The baby. He hadn't said it. I've been trying a couple of weeks, but he might get it.
I'll move her over here.
Oh, eventually.
He was in a lovey-dovey mood today, and he kept rubbing his head against me, so I turned the phone camera on and did like a minute. I think I posted it, and he put his head down against me and was rubbing on me while I rubbed his head. See, there he goes.
Oh,
Baby, here he comes. No, the camera's usually too much for him to get too lovey, but yeah, I'm trying to watch for that fish too. What you want?
I do love this tank. Oh my god, I can't get enough of it.
I love that tank too. Somebody was talking about the red plants one time. It was Mike that has, is it All Things Fish? I think that's who it was because he's really good with plants. We need to have him on here again. He's been on 2 or 3 times and he always has great presentation. But he was saying that it's not what we all were taught that makes the plants red. It's something else.
What? Really?
I can't remember.
It's not like the iron?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
He said that's not factual. Hey Nona, Sarah Nona. She's saying the Susie Q.
You see all these little tiny fry right on that leaf?
No, but I'm
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had tiger lemia babies the other day.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
So I bought them. No, man, I'm going to have to go back and look. Off of Dan's Fish with that gift card that I won.
Ooh.
Not them. I'm trying. I can't think of the name of it. You gotta give me a second. Oh man, it's another lemia. I think it's a Cuban lemia, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there is a Cuban. Yeah.
Oh, he don't have any more on his site.
Wow, that fast, huh?
They were the banded Cuban lemia. So I asked for 2 males and 4 females. I got 5 males and 1 female.
Oh.
Mm.
Is that because it's all he had, or he tried to do his best at sex?
They said they were going to, but they're easy to sex. It's like,
Yeah, they are.
like a guppy.
Yeah.
Any other live bear with a peduncle.
So you had to put her with just one male or something?
No, I just kept them all together.
There he is. Do you see it? It is red. It is red as red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he got in an accident. He
What
is
he
not
might
a fish at all.
What
It's
he might have
just-
did was got spooked by something and hit something he could have, and like bruised it. It's red. It's not like it's like a fungus or anything.
Now,
No.
I don't see a fungus. I don't see any fuzz, and I don't see any blood trail.
And it's just the hard part of his snout, not his,
Yeah.
what do you call them? Barbels, whiskers.
Yeah, it's almost like he ran into something.
He looks good though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for 6 years old, he does.
Looks fine.
I stopped worrying about him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't. I'm with
It's hard to
Bob. I
stop
don't think I would.
If
Yeah.
if you didn't have plants in there, I would say give him a little salt, but don't do that.
Oh, heck no. I'd have to catch him. Right? If I couldn't catch him, he is so fast. He is so fast.
Little torpedoes.
Yes. I
Yeah,
wonder if he'd like to be in a group.
A group
No,
of
they
them.
can get territorial. So it depends on the type. So like the zebra loaches, I had two or four. I can't. It's been a while since because they were in this tank behind me. I've had them. I had them since I set that tank up, and that's been since 2018, and they passed. But I mean, they did fine because it was in a 55, and they had places to get away from each other.
Right.
But I mean, what size tank's that? You could probably have 2 in there.
33 long.
Oh yeah.
I do have, sorry, 5 coolie loaches and 2 autosinkless, 3 autosinkless, but that's all the bottom dwellers. And then I used to have 5 white clouds, and now there's probably 10, and 5 guppies, and now there's probably 30. But that's all that I have in this whole 33 long.
Mm.
When you were showing the loach, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. When you were showing the loach, I noticed the white clouds. Are those the Vietnamese ones? They kind of look like it.
I don't know the difference. I only have had these white clouds since I started. Since I started summer tubbing 4 years ago.
Ah, I bet they are.
And this one's got such a big belly, she can barely move. You see her? She's in focus now. She can barely
Yeah, I saw that.
fat. Oh, my. And then the coolie loach is coming out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are the Vietnamese, I'm sure. Did you get them from Rachel O'Leary or?
I don't remember where I got the original. Actually, I probably got them from PetSmart. The original 10, put them in a summer tub years ago, and I've had hundreds. I have them in every one of my fish tanks now because they just flourish in this kind of weather and this kind of atmosphere. And I've never put them back out in a summer tub because I know I lost a lot trying to get all the fry out. So now I just have them in different tanks, and they just keep having babies. And
Wow. Does anybody in the chat or on the panel have any tubs they're overwintering outside with anything in it? I don't.
No, it's just mine's just full of water.
Same.
It's
No,
probably it's gonna. I guarantee it freezes.
yeah.
It's gonna freeze solid. All right, I took the pump out. I broke the hose, so I got to get a new hose.
Oh no.
It was one of them, like them normal ones you get that had look like they got a spiral in them.
Right.
It came with it, and it was the original. I think it just got brittle from the constant changes of the weather. It's been out there for about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Find something different. I have a 100-gallon tote that got some water in it now out there. From that snow and stuff that we had, I have it set in its place that where I want to put it in the spring. Me and my son's gonna dig a hole.
Oh, nice. That'll increase the stability of it tremendously.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah, because it's glass.
It'll help hold. Well, it's going to insulate it more than anything because it's going to go to the ground. It's one of the Rubbermaid ones.
Right.
Troughs. I actually had 2 of them. I bought one real cheap for like $60 off of a guy, and then my neighbor, the other one that I have, that used to be our bait tub. I used to have in the basement whenever we go out and catch chubs or sunnies. We throw them in there for whenever we was going fishing.
Great.
Like feed them bloodworms and stuff to keep them alive until. But the only thing is, like they do great right now because it's so cold down there. But on that concrete floor, because it's 17 out, so it's going to be chilly in the basement. But you got to have a chiller.
Right.
With them type of fish. Because it goes up.
Really, even being you're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's not a constant flow of water, right? Whenever you go to a creek, it's always cool water constantly flowing, which keeps it cooler than normal, than like if you'd had a tank sitting there. But I mean, I had plenty of airflow. I had 3 sponge filters in there at one point and 2 air bubblers. Well, no, 2 sponge filters and 2 air bubblers moving water. It still wasn't enough. If a power head would have been good in there.
Oh yeah, Powerhead would have been great in there.
But I never did it.
Red Laser, or not Red Laser, Night Owl was saying, wondered where you get the long fin white cloud that Rachel had. I got mine, but it's been 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't have any anymore. But I had them out in the tub. It's summer, and I was able to keep it pretty cool on the deck, in the shade primarily. But they spawn because I brought in probably 100, and I think I put, I don't know, 12 or something out there that I ordered from them. The place out when you went to visit Kenny, Skipper, what's that big shop?
Oh, the wet spot.
The wet spot. That's where I got mine.
You went to the wet spot?
Yeah, whenever I went out there to Portland, we
Wow.
went there. It was me, it was myself, Shanna. Oh my gosh, the Canadian guy. I could see his face. I'm having a brain fart.
Can't think of who that is.
I only know Brandon and I know Joey. They're both Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Not them two.
Oh, Big Steve said he got some today.
Oh, long fin.
Where'd you get yours at, Steve? Pray tell.
Either at a club meeting or he got it at the swap yesterday, which I did not go to. Something came up.
Where was the swap at?
The CCY.
Oh, damn it.
The ACLC swap's March 16th. Which I'll probably go to that one. But, oh my gosh, I could see it. It's the Mad Aquarius. I can't even remember the name.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Dang it. You travel with strangers often, Skipper?
Oh, yeah.
Biggs?
Yeah, Biggs. Thank you, Red
Yes.
Lake. Biggs. Yeah. Chris Biggs is Chris. Yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he went with us. It was me.
I like him. He's so knowledgeable about so many different things.
Yeah, he is. A variety of stuff.
And I think it was Alex because there was 4 of us. No. Stephen P. Myself, Stephen P., Chris Biggs, and Shannon. That's who it
What a
was.
great group of people, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really
Holy
is.
shit, dude. You guys sound like you caused trouble.
Yeah. That too.
I'm gonna tell you, we could have.
He
But
said
that's-
the Maryland Club.
Oh, okay. TJ Autocross is breeding a pretty nice white cloud that's hard to get. We got a hold of them. I can't remember the name of them.
As far as I only know, it's not as far as I know. I only know of 3, but I'm sure there are others. I was going to say that like I was a white cloud expert, and I'm not an expert on anything, of course. But I know of 3, and they're the Vietnamese, and then the kind that we're all used to that we've had for years, and then there's the long fin strain,
And there's the golden ones.
the golden ones.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I did have some of those at one point.
There's one that I had that they called it the red fin minnow. It's a white cloud version.
I had some of those goldens in with some fish, a cold water fish, and they eventually got big enough, and the white clouds I didn't notice at first were disappearing one at a time. And by the time I noticed it, it was about too late.
See,
You don't
them
know
ones,
what to start in with?
the ones that Susie has looks like the Vietnamese because the ones you get from like Petco or whatever, they're
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, hers are, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, they could be.
There was
They're not easier.
oh man,
I'm just so used to them. Like And as fry, they got blue stripes. They look like neon blue tetras when they're young. They got this gorgeous blue, glows in the dark. You see them from across the room. Gorgeous.
Yeah, now I
How's
can't
she
remember the
doing?
name of that fish.
Night Owl wants to know how Rachel's doing. I've seen her do a couple posts on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. Just taking care of herself and her family, as far as I know.
I
Yeah,
think,
that's right. I remember those ones.
yeah, those are the original ones, I think, or that we all saw for years. I can't remember the name of those fish now that I just mentioned. They're really a pond fish, and I got them real small, and I was going to put them out in the pond. There is a little in-ground, like 300-gallon or something, plastic pond out back with a little waterfall, and I never put anything in it. It's weird, and they have a real particular diet. You had to keep something with them. I can't remember. Oh well. They didn't make it.
I got
Whatever.
some with my Christmas money. I was going to use it at the swap since Anil wasn't going. I went to Petco and got some skunk cories and it was 4 autos, but one of them passed away on the way home. And they said they were gold tetras, but I don't think they are. They look like a neon, but I think it's the albino neons is what it was. I've been trying to help every time I go up there. They had red Venezuelans marked as emerald cories. I'm like, no, that's not what those are. And then there was a fish that was in there that I knew what it was. I couldn't think of the name. And I told her, I said, you don't have this mark. I said, but I want them. I knew what they were. I've seen them thousands of times. And when I got home, I remember what they were. They were emerald rasboras.
Oh, I love the emerald rasboras.
And I think I bought like 6 of them. I have them in a little tank upstairs. And with shrimp.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
Those gold tetras, it was a funny thing for a while. I don't know, it's been 3 or 4 years ago now, but up at Kenny's store in Knoxville, Kenny Parrott's store, I can't remember, it's the one James Fish Room Fever always talks about. It's his local fish store. I'm sorry, Kenny, I can't remember, and we're friends on TikTok or somewhere. But anyway, it's an awesome awesome place. But anyway, it was his son. I blame him. I'm pretty sure I got some of the golden tetras or gold tetras, and I had them in this 30. Was going to put them in this 33 long in front of me, and James, Fish Room Fever James, got some fish too, and they gave us the wrong fish at checkout. You know, neither one of us looked in the bag, I guess. Hey, there's Dragon Lair.
Happy belated birthday, Podrick.
Do what?
It was his birthday yesterday.
Whose birthday?
I think Podrick's.
Oh, yeah. Yes, happy belated birthday. Anyway.
They are golden neon tetras, ain't they? All right.
Golden neons. But yeah, but I wanted that. I didn't want what I brought, here. So we kept each other's fish. And then James started teasing me and saying he was going to keep them. And Candy was so funny. She was modding for everybody back then. And she said, "Fish thief," in his live stream. But I think he did keep them, and I kept what he had, but I got me some gold neons. I think Rob had them at Aquatic Aesthetics. He opened them not long after that. Yeah, but that was.
Oh, you're talking about that fish store up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. I could walk there blindfolded, but
it's a shame. I'm trying to remember the name of it because Ed has talked about it before.
Yeah. We've been there together several times, and they had Rack was there, and Ginger Graves. A bunch of people came. Tiffany White. They all came from Nashville, and they had a.
Was it the guy that it set up a show down there?
Yeah. Kenny Parrott. Kinny. Kenny.
And he wears glasses.
Yep. It's a great big football like guy. He's taller than me and muscular.
Oh,
Probably 45. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of his shop.
You guys are funny.
Finally, we got somebody with some sense in here. I'm teasing Patrick. Patrick said gold tetras aren't neons. They're only gold of wild
the ones I have, they're called golden neon tetras, which you might just call them an albino.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, you got in here just in time, Patrick, for us to say goodnight to you. We're getting the bums rush. Danikin goes live in 5 minutes, and I've gone over several times lately, not meaning to. So now that I see it's 5 minutes, we'll start saying our goodbyes. Red Laser said agree. I think I had heard that. It's something to do with some kind of process in their skin or their scales. So Dragon Lair is right about that. They're not neons, and they do only do it in the wild. He's right. Because I remember Rob explaining that to me when I got them. Skipper, any words of wisdom about keeping your fish safe if the power goes out?
Well, I have a couple. One now. The other one it doesn't work. But I actually have two. My rack system, if it goes down, it's good for at least 8 hours. I got a higher one for 6 tanks, but have a battery backup air pump. If go through it, so just hook an air stone up to each one of your tanks, or have an extra air line, run it in there, just hooking up to a sponge filter to let it run for a while to get them some oxygen. If you need to, have some blankets put over the tank to help keep the heat in. What I did in the basement is I went and got that silver bubble insulation wrap that they use. I put it around the tanks that are by themselves. But your rack system, it's pretty crazy how well they will hold heat whenever they're all close together.
Mm-hmm.
Turns into a bigger body of water, so to speak.
Yep.
That's a couple of tips I have for if you're gonna have a long period, especially this cold weather we got.
And you don't have to cover. I think that's what you're saying. Each individual tank, if they're racked like that, you just cover the rack.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You just drape a blanket down over it.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why Ed's calling me. Why don't you give him a call?
Ask him where he's at. Tell him he's going to get docked tonight for pay.
I'm going to have to go to the hitman's going to have to go to his house.
Susie, anything to add? He gave a good recap.
My favorite blanket is that tinfoil blanket.
Yeah.
That they use in ambulances and stuff. It's so easy to store, and they wrap over like 2 or 3 tanks. I love them, and I don't worry as much about fire or anything like that.
Another good one.
Electricity.
Yeah, if you ain't got like a moving blanket, would be the best because they're real thick.
I have some of those. That's what I would use.
Ah.
Dragon Lair says something we didn't think of, I didn't think of it. Float plastic bags of hot water in the tanks. But I have a gas hot water heater, so I could do that.
Right. I have a gas stove. I can do that.
Aquatic Marine, Darlene. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Marine. For some reason, that was hard.
Darlene's Tanks to the rescue.
Yeah, and she's down in L.A., Lower Alabama. She's been up there. She knows. All right. Well, I don't have anything else to add, but I'm glad that we had that comment from Patrick because I forgot about that. That could really be a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. And Huawei, I'm going to try to go over there and get rid of that heart, make you happy. Anything to keep Huawei happy, So he does an awesome job. So if it's going to make it easier for him, I'm going to get rid of it. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for participation. We had a good crowd here tonight, too. So that's awesome. and I will see you all over at Daniken's.
All right. See you guys.
Good night, everybody. Stay warm.